And we're live.
Yeah, we are.
Of course, with myself, Jaime Ornelas, and my co-host, Chris Mariscal.
Christopher Mariscal.
How we doing? How we feeling today?
I'm fucking tired, dude.
Yeah?
I hauled ass straight from class here to do this podcast, and I was like falling asleep in class. So I'm all right though. I didn't sleep the most last night because I stayed up kind of late. And we were texting.
Stay up. We texted like 1 a.m. I was like, why is he up?
And even you were like, it's gonna be hard to wake up tomorrow.
I
was like, fuck, I know.
And I didn't wake up until like 12.
Yeah, I didn't hear from you for a while. I thought you were just ignoring me because I was trying to set up a time for this pod. But no more fart humor.
No more fart humor.
I ripped ass right at the top of the show last episode.
I hate farts. I hate boogers.
I thought it was kind of funny. Then once I posted it, I just regretted it because I was like, you know what? That's pretty fucking gross. And I think probably like half the audience thought it was probably like 30%.
Probably why they probably unsubbed after that.
I think 30% thought it was funny, and then the rest are just like, you're fucking disgusting, dude.
Just the sound was pure.
It's awful.
The opposite of ASMR.
So crispy.
Anyways,
so crispy.
We got some 30 subscribers, so that's cool.
Yep.
That's pretty sick. It's 1/3 of 100-ish.
Yeah.
But no, really exciting, and thanks for following through. That's like the big thing is subscribers and likes, obviously.
Yes.
And obviously enjoying the channel. But following with that, and our
somebody's opening the garage door. Oh, it's my cat.
the cat opened the door.
Hi, Stormy. My mom just threw the cat in here. All right, lit. He's gonna go crazy, but fuck it.
He just starts ripping the wires.
First of all, no, you go on. Sorry.
No, say what you want to say.
We put out a Ask Me Anything on our Instagram, which will be here. Wanting some fan questions for us to answer on the pod. First of all, thank you for even answering, because at first I thought nobody was answering, and I was like, God damn it. But we got 5 responses. It's pretty good. And honestly, though, I just feel very grateful that people are even responding, you know, because I'm like, wow, you actually watched the show to have questions to ask us, you know? That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
And then also, like, sometimes when we don't upload for that week, I'll get a text from from one dude.
No, but
there's been a couple.
Yeah, a few people for sure.
And they'll be like, where's the episode? And I'm like, dude, that's sick that people are actually like anticipating it. So I really appreciate you guys. We love you. Thank you for that. And actually wanting to hear what we have to say. Let me get the questions going, huh? What do you think? What do you say?
What do you say, huh? We haven't even thought of the answers much.
Yeah, we didn't really pre-think these answers, so it's going to be on the spot.
It'll take a while, hopefully not.
Big 3 Zodiac signs. What are yours?
So we did look up that one because
I had to look it up.
I don't remember mine, but
Jaime is Libra Sun, Aries Moon.
No.
What?
I'm Libra me. I'm just a Libra.
Okay, that's the Sun one, is it not?
I don't think so.
I don't know shit about Zodiac signs, dude. Okay, anyways, your main is a Libra.
Yes.
Your moon is Aries,
Mm-hmm.
and your rising is Cancer.
Mm.
I only know what the Libra means about you. What do you know?
Okay, honestly, I haven't heard that many bad things about Libra men. Besides, like, the cons I've heard is that we're whores, which is very true, and very flirtatious. But that cat is opening the door.
My cat is halfway up the door right now, like inside the door crevice, climbing.
He almost opened it.
Oh, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work.
It's okay. I don't think the mic will read him.
All right, yeah, I won't.
And then I've heard that we see both sides of everything, which I think is like super cool because I see the both sides of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't really know what the other one was. I know that like your moon is supposed to like kind of represent who you are and like how you portray yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And then your rising is something.
I don't know
yours?
any of that.
What about yours?
I am a Scorpio sun, or the main one, whichever. I'm a Scorpio, and my moon and rising are both Gemini. And I have heard, as a Scorpio, I'm supposed to be a smart ass, which people are shocked because apparently I'm not. And I'm supposed to be like snappy and shit, I think. But also like really quiet, which I do think I'm pretty reserved, at least like more than you. I think I'm pretty reserved and like kind of takes me a little bit to open up. And then the Gemini portion, from what I understand, is like the complete opposite of that, which means that I'm like more social and shit.
And this all our source is Isara.
She's literally fucking like so into that shit.
She's so good. She
just told me everything.
She's memorized like all her close friends is like top 3, just like that. Like,
yeah.
if we called her right now,
She would know.
She
She
would
would
know.
describe it.
Yes.
I used to know more, like it's more fresh in my head, but
Yeah,
I just
I know.
haven't
I
like
haven't-
talked about this in a
yeah.
while. But I think the Gemini, there's something about like a flip flop. I don't fucking know, dude.
Damn.
Somebody comment what Gemini means, what that means about me. 'Cause I don't know.
What do you think of like astrology in general?
I don't want to upset anybody. No, I don't think
Already?
it's like stupid. Like I think it's it's very interesting.
Yeah, I
like,
think it's super
and it's a good way to like conversate for sure, because so many people are into it. And like, if you would have talked to me like a while ago, I would have known more and been able to like talk about it a lot. And it's kind of interesting, but I feel like some people use it in a bad way to where it's like a preconceived like judgment upon like before they even meet you, like, oh, he's a fucking Virgo, like hell no. And I'm like, what? Like
Yeah,
you're just
I
gonna
think that
judge
gets
somebody without knowing them at all?
I think that gets a little intense, but I do think it, like you said, one, it's cool like to conversate, just like with anything, like movies and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like you could
It's like a
talk about
common
it. It's kind of cool,
interest.
especially when someone's super into it and you're not. So you're kind of just asking, and like some things you're like, oh shoot, this is kind of trippy because it's like so spot on. And then I think it's cool to like know what your friend's stuff is and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't like the prejudice if like already starting to, like you said, if this person's this sign and this person's this sign, like you're already like, oh no. Like I would never stop hanging out or like not even attempt to hang out with someone but based off their sign, but more use it like after the fact. Like you already know them. So then I'm going to get to know your signs and stuff like that.
Yeah, that
And
I
see how that kind of correlates, you know? That would be fun. That's fun.
I
But,
think
like,
that's the healthy way to go about it.
that
It's
seems like a cool-
I'm gonna meet you with a child's mind. I'm gonna be open, you know, like not gonna judge from the start. But then afterwards, you
and like
kinda
look at their signs and be like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that would be fun because that's like, oh shoot, then this makes sense and this makes sense.
Yeah.
But damn, but I don't know. Maybe if you for sure hate all Libra men, and you're like, fuck, it's like 7 in a row.
That's why I started by saying that. Like, I don't want to make people mad because I've heard people say that like so many times. Like,
Yeah.
I will never date a Libra man, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Like, you
never
never
know, you know?
ever like somebody born in fucking early October, like you know.
Exactly.
What I
It's
mean?
kind of
pretty
interesting. It's crazy. It's crazy, but whatever.
Apparently, Scorpios are like a really hated sign.
I thought they were always super mysterious, but then I've also heard that there's like 2 types of Scorpios, like super mysterious and all that stuff, and then like you.
me. What
Well,
am
yeah.
I? Just
Because like
quiet?
Andrew, our friend, is a Scorpio, and I see him as a Scorpio. You know,
Yeah, he's very mysterious.
super mysterious, super
Yeah.
close, and like just chill. You know, whatever.
Yeah.
And then Sierra.
Sierra. If you fucking dude. I haven't heard you say her name correctly once first try. It's always Sierra.
She's a
It's
Scorpio. And
Sierra.
I think she's a Scorpio. I believe, if I'm wrong. Sorry.
I think so.
And she's like that vibe too. You know.
Yeah, mysterious for sure.
What's the other question?
I'm gonna cut straight to that one since we're talking about friends. Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh.
Andrew, Noel, and Angel, which are 3 of our best friends, and I'm gonna put their pictures on the screen just for reference
Boom,
if you're
boom,
watching on
boom.
YouTube.
How I'm not aligned.
And fuck, marry, kill them. Let's see. Do you want to go
Okay.
first or me?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Yeah, you bastard.
Hey. Fuck. I'd probably marry Angel's short ass, and we'd have like cute little children.
Why do you gotta say short?
I don't know. I can't say Angel's cute ass.
Mhm.
Just because like we're the closest, obviously, and I think we'd get along. We'd have a lot of fights though. Fuck, we'd bicker so much.
You guys have fought like more than anybody. Like I don't think I've ever fought with him in our friendship, and you have.
Dang, dude. There's one time.
You guys had a falling
Remember,
out.
Angel almost.
Low
We and
key.
Angel almost stopped me for. He almost kicked me out of his apartment.
Okay, first of all, you guys almost beat each other's asses. Last episode, we were talking about how good of friends we are too.
I know.
We went to go visit. Should we go into this?
I don't think so. I don't think so until Angel's here.
Yeah. Well, let him speak for himself because he's actually going to be on probably next episode.
Yes,
so
we have.
we got 2 more
extra
mics.
So we're trying to get some guests and stuff, and maybe one of you guys will be on here
Uh-huh,
fun.
honey.
in this beautiful estate.
Yeah.
And then, fuck, I want to fuck Noel because that's a man right there, and he'd rail me, you know.
Uh-huh.
And then the only reason I wouldn't fuck Andrew is because he has a massive schlong,
Uh-huh.
as I've heard and seen, and I wouldn't want that inside me because I don't think I'd shit straight for 2 weeks.
Jesus Christ. All right.
What about
I
you?
actually have the same answer. So I'd fuck Noel, and I'll tell you why.
I'll tell you.
Noel, okay, not only is he handsome, and he has the body of a Greek god. Okay.
Literally.
Let's just get it out there. It's called a spade a spade. He's a dime. But he's also like one of the nicest and most gentle men I've ever met in my life. Exactly. He's so wholesome. He means no harm, you know?
Literally.
And I just feel like he's the type of dude that would rail me, but he wouldn't like kick me out after, you know? Like he would make me breakfast. We would watch Demon Slayer
He'd say,
together.
"What are we?"
Exactly. Like
you'd feel bad. Almost.
Yeah, I would. It would be in my court.
Yeah,
because
like you chose fuck, so you can only fuck him. So you're gonna have to leave, and he's gonna be like baked, cookies ready, and like you know,
he'll give me a ride home. Yeah,
exactly. He'll give you a ride home. Wait for you to get inside the door, then drive off. You know. So.
Yes, and let's see. So I would marry Angel because I feel like we have really, really, really good chemistry. Like out of those three, I think we have the strongest bond, and we have both disclosed like, I mean, I feel like we have a lot of common ground. We've definitely, we've shared intimate moments with each other more than anybody else, and that's why, I think we could really like have a family together.
Yeah.
And
I could see you guys.
We could adopt
I could
children.
See you with like apron and like making cool stuff and food, and then he's out there working, and then like you'd be a trophy wife.
That's probably true. I'm pretty lazy. He's really hardworking.
Yes.
And lastly, I'm sorry to do this to you, buddy, but I would fucking murder Andrew. I'm just kidding.
Just because I hate him.
And I'll tell you why. I was thinking about this earlier. Andrew is so cheap, right? He's so cheap.
Oh, yeah.
And I, likewise, am so cheap. It wouldn't work.
You guys would
you know what I mean?
Not want to
I couldn't bang him because we're both cheap.
You guys wouldn't even want to buy condoms.
Exactly. Exactly.
You guys wouldn't have any house, anything.
Exactly.
You guys wouldn't have a fridge. You guys have an ice chest, you know?
And, I am a psychology major, and I know that the research has shown that what I said is just now is completely bogus. And the more alike you are with someone, the better it goes.
No. Source, trust me.
Also, though, I was really thinking about this, and this is true. Andrew is so like into what he does, and he's so like hardworking and selfish in that way. Like,
yeah, in a good way.
I think
like
he would just be so dedicated to other shit. Like I don't even think Andrew's looking for a mate,
Yeah,
at all.
I don't think so.
So
Andrew's such a lone wolf that he's vibing.
I think I would just need a little bit more attention than that.
Yeah, I think you'd probably, like you're sitting down like 8 p.m. It's raining outside. You have the food ready for him.
Yeah,
because you're still the trophy wife in every situation. And he's just not coming because he's on his 20th mile with David Goggins, and you wouldn't need more.
You talking about me being a trophy wife made me think about, in our Valley Boys throwback, Valley Boys giveaway video, we did this like challenge at the end where we made this nasty ass concoction in a blender. It's like dog food and like mayonnaise and all this nasty shit.
It's so bad. I think that probably caused lifelong problems.
Dude, I can't believe we did that. It's disgusting. And
which we're doing again if we get to 100.
Imagine. And I had we all had aprons on, right? And as a gag, we thought it'd be funny if I had a Speedo on under my apron. So like I turned around in the video and you could just see my ass like just for like a second. You don't remember that? Yeah, I was wearing a Speedo. And I had to run outside for something like from the car. I don't remember what, but like something for the like challenge filming thing. And I went outside and my fucking neighbor was outside. Do you remember this?
No.
I don't even know if I told you in the moment. My neighbor was outside and he's like a macho type of man. And like he was just looking at me like he did not look away because I'm wearing an apron. So I think that's why he was like, what the fuck? I'm wearing an apron, right? And I tried to walk like only facing him. And I'm like, how is it weirder if I walk backwards up to my door?
Yeah.
Or if I just turn around and he sees my ass. So I turned around and he saw my ass. I know, dude.
You can't even look back to see.
I was like, God damn it. We weren't even filming that, It's like, it was
good. He's covering his kid's eyes and shit.
Anyways.
What's the next one?
That's that. Okay, someone said, is y'all N-words gay officially or not yet? It's worded kind of weird. Are we gay or not?
I think we leave that up to the viewers.
We'll leave it to you to decide. Next one. What would you do if you weren't afraid?
That's a good one.
I love this question.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
It's just pretty broad, though.
I like that, though, because it's like, let's
Wait,
talk
should we
about
say
it.
that for the last one? Because there's one more before that.
Let's
That's a
leave
little
it.
less
Let's leave it.
broad.
Grand finale.
That's a good one.
No, we actually have like 2 or 3 more. What's the biggest lie you've told your parents?
Oh, I forgot about that one. I don't know, dude. Because as you know, I never really lied to my mom growing up.
Oh yeah, you were so honest. It was so fucking annoying.
Because dude, we'd be in like the hot tub and it'd be like 10 p.m. My mom would be like, "What are you doing?"
Contas, mijo.
You know?
Yeah.
And they'd be like, "Dude, like, I don't know." They're just like, "Why are you telling her everything about everything?"
Yeah, because
like,
he'd be so specific. Like, oh, sorry, we were at Oscar's house, but then we got McDonald's and we stopped for like 5 minutes to look at this sign.
And then
we
I'd
went
send her
to
pictures.
Chris's house. Yeah, I'm like, dude, like, just tell her you're still at Oscar's.
Yeah,
like, she doesn't need to know, you know?
Crazy. I don't know, dude.
Exactly. But low key at the same time, sometimes she would just show up to like pick you up, you know? Like she wouldn't even tell you. So it's like, what if she showed up to Oscars and we're fucking at Angels,
yeah,
you
dude,
know?
She's crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out, mom.
No, she's cool.
Yeah, she was cool. But the big thing was, I think I didn't smoke that much, but I had smoked a couple of times, like just a few times, like nothing crazy, especially. I think that was like a big lie because my mom would be like, "Oh, like have you smoked or do you smoke?" And I'd be like, "No," you know. But like I didn't even do it enough to be like, "Oh yeah, I'm smoking." Like this is hard. It would just be like once every few months, if anything, you know. And then I remember when she did find out. I remember she found out that I smoked and I drank at Mammoth.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
And she just was so heartbroken. And I was just like, dude, that was so long ago, you know. And she was just like, you're just you know, like you're what are you
going
doing,
to hell?
you know?
That's
yeah,
it?
literally, and just being like, what the fuck, you know? And like she just was gonna take away my stuff and everything, but it was like later, and I was just like, I wasn't as reliant, so I was just like, I don't know what you would do.
It's good. It's a good one.
It's crazy how weed in like Mexican culture too is just so crazy.
Devil.
But like
but alcohol is not.
But we drink like our liver away, or is it liver, kidney?
It's liver.
Liver
Both,
away,
yeah,
and kidney away, and brain probably. And it's
Not
like,
good.
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Even when you're like 12, like get a freaking beer. Like, oh, that's fine.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
but
gnarly.
You smoke. I mean, I guess smoking's bad too, but still, like, just do both.
I was thinking about that at school today. How like alcohol is just so like normalized and like accepted. You know, like even among adults, they're like, no, I'm not gonna say that, but like. Adults, like, there's a lot of adults that are cool with their kids just drinking, like, even if they're underage, you know? It's like, yeah, like, just having fun, you know?
Yeah,
just going out with his friends.
It's crazy how they, like, wasn't there a protest?
But it's like, if you smoked weed, like, that's how my mom, like, if my mom was like, no, I smoked weed, which she probably does, because I think she listens to this, but, like, it's upsetting. Like, she'd be upset by that. But drinking, she'd be like, no big deal, you know?
Like whatever.
Interesting.
But it's definitely how they grown up.
Yeah.
Because, like, now we'll grow up, and then our kid will probably smoke.
Because it was the devil's lettuce for them.
I wouldn't want my kid to smoke. I'd want him to smoke, like
how you do.
Like they're peaceful, like twice a week, like once a week kind of thing.
I think that's
I'm
good,
like, oh
too.
yeah, whatever. Like if you want to smoke, like, but just don't be going out crazy or like don't be spending heck of money, you know?
Yeah.
And like don't just go out high. Like don't do everything high. You know?
Should we go into that? We were talking about that. But we're getting too off track here.
Oh, fuck it. Whatever. I mean, it's a podcast, right?
Me and Jaime had like a 2-hour phone call either. Maybe we are gay, but we were on the phone for like hella days.
With my belly down, feet up, twiddling my hair.
And we were just talking about like philosophical type shit. And I think we were talking about like weed addiction. Not to tell anybody how to live their lives or anything.
Yeah, because like
none of my business. But
because someone could smoke like every day, do everything high. Like that's fine. Like if you think it's fine and whatever, it's fine. But like we're just saying for one ourselves and maybe two for our kids, maybe. Yeah. But mostly just for ourselves. Like right now, like I know, like you subconsciously know, even if you're doing it, like what's right and what's wrong, almost for yourself. But like I said, if you could live.
You mean like you know when you're doing it too much?
Yeah, like or in anything, but like just say smoking. But like let's just say like maybe overeating or something like that, and you're like, yeah, I could convince myself that this is okay, but maybe it's really not, you know? Yeah. But I've seen people. Like, I know people who, like, smoke a lot, and they're, like, very okay.
1 second. Keep talking.
And they're very okay. They're very successful, and they're very happy. Like, from the surface view, at least, I know. But, like, then you see people who do it all the time, and you could see that they're in a bad place, and it's like, why are you still doing that? But it's, like, to each their own almost, you know?
I've definitely seen it like that, like, both ways. Because I've had, like, various friends who, like, I've watched them, like, start to smoke, you know, and, like, it was just fun, and it was, like, every once in a while, or, like, while I'm skating or whatever, and then I just seen it, like, progress until they are, like, physically, like, saying, like, I want to stop smoking, like, because I'm just, like, I get so high, I can't do anything, and, like, all I do is eat shitty food and I'm like unmotivated. Like, okay, I know people get pissed when you talk about like how it makes you lazy. I don't think it makes you lazy, but like
saying,
while
dude,
you're lit as
honestly,
fuck,
don't
like,
get pissed at anything we're saying because we're not even like giving you advice.
This is just out of my
this
ass.
This is just out of
like,
ourselves. This is just venting and you're watching. So I'm literally talking to nothing. This is an inanimate object, but it happened to be recorded and posted and we put edit into it.
But I'm just saying, like, I have had friends and I've watched like that happen. And I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world. But it's definitely like not. It gets to a point where it's like not ideal. It's like I'm
or
so
concerning
like
in a
lit
sense
that I'm just like gone. You know, like I'm not even existing here right now.
And it's hard because it's like hypocritical too. Because like I'll tell myself like, oh, I don't want to smoke too much, and then like I smoke. You know, like, fuck. Like I don't know. Like, and I had to try to find like a good in between. Like right now, I think I'm a little past good because I've smoked a bit in the past few days, but.
Yeah.
Like ideally, I just want it to be like literally like once or twice a week, or where I kind of just forget. Like I don't need it. But I mean, realistically, probably like once or twice a week, and I'll be like, oh yeah, whatever. Like that's a healthy. Like you're probably not gonna stop, and why torture yourself? Might as well like come to an agreement with yourself where it's like a good agreement, literally like a balance. You know.
One thing I forget about too, like I never think about this aspect of it, is the money. You know, like
Dude,
how much money you spend on it. Because I've never smoked a lot. So I've never been in the situation where I'm like, oh, I got to run to the dispensary, you know, like get my fucking cart or whatever. So it's like, I wonder how much people spend because I never have been in the situation. Yeah.
Like a couple months ago, or less, I bought my first like joint or pre-roll. Sorry, I guess same thing. I don't know.
I think so.
And that shit was like one of them was like $10, and that lasts one day, but like you're only high for like a couple hours. Like. Wow, that's so much money. Like I was distraught, you know, and I was pissed. I was like, it's cool to have like one in the week or something like that, but like I know people who buy that stuff or just buy a lot, like, and they smoke a lot. So it's like, dude, you're spending so much money. Like Jesus Christ, it's like a lot of hobbies and things like that. Like you're just gonna have to spend money. Like, is this worth money?
I'm already stressed about how much I spend too because I don't make that much money because I don't work that much and I have a very menial job, but. Yeah, I can't imagine like having that burden, you know? It's like fuck, like a whole nother thing to worry about like financially. But another disclaimer, like I know I'm kind of talking shit about weed right now, but I have gone through like periods where I just like drink hella and like I don't know, I just felt kind of bad because I feel like we're just shitting on weed smokers.
No, yeah, we're fine. And, I mean, I think it's fine because like we partake in it too, you know, and like. Not every time I feel guilty. Like, not a lot of times. A lot of times I'm like, this is normal. Like, this is what I'm going to do. And maybe when I'm 30, I'm not going to do it. You know? Like, this is fine. And, like, everyone else is going to be fine, too. You know? But, what's it called? Sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it does get to a point where it's a little concerning. When it's just like, damn. Maybe we should relax or you should relax or whatever. But at the same time, like, I feel like if you're functioning, like, you do that. You know?
I think that's people that do it really well.
Like,
you know?
therapy and good friends is like a good thing. It's because like at one point you're convincing yourself what you're doing is like whatever, you know, but maybe if like you have someone else that being like, oh hey, like, watch out, and then you'd be like, oh shoot, I didn't even think about that, you know. So I think that's nice, you know.
I think I'm not a good friend in that situation because I don't stand up and be like, you need to stop this shit. Like I'm just like, oh cool, do you know,
like whatever, you know.
Yeah, very much so.
Next.
Yeah, let me go to the next question, which is a good segue because same question. What's the biggest lie you've told your parents?
Oh, you haven't answered, right?
Yeah, I mean pretty much along the same lines. Okay, before I met you guys, like my main friend group for like years and years were all older than me, so they're like 3 years older than me, and we met from skating and stuff, and like since we were kids. Which
was a big deal, especially younger, because you were like,
yeah, because it wasn't like I'm like 18 and they're like 20, 21. I was like, I met them when I was like 9 or 10, and they were like 12, 13, you know? So definitely like different ideals and shit. But I would just lie to my mom, like, they'd be like, Chris, spend the night. Come on, spend the night. We're all spending the night at Cheech's house, you know? Who probably come on the podcast as well.
Yep.
And that was the spot, you know? And I'm the worst fucking liar in the world. Like, I cannot lie to save my fucking life. So, especially back then. So, like, I would go to my mom and be like, Mom, gonna spend the night at Cheech's house. Like, just so, like, not confident. And she could tell, like, instantly. She'd be like, why do you look like that? Like, she'd point it out. She'd be like, Why do you look so guilty?
Let's have a picture of what Chris would look like walking into a room at that time.
I
know that picture. Now look at that and tell me you don't want to shoot it.
That's a funny ass picture. So
tell me you don't think
YouTube
that's an alien intruding your house, like an NPC that spawned, and it has a default skin. Okay.
Anyways, my mom would call me out like instantly. She'd be like, "You look so guilty right now," and I'd be like, "I'm not. What do you mean? Like, I'm obviously lying, you know?"
On the verge of tears.
And like sometimes I'd just be like, "Okay, I just won't go," but sometimes I would. And those times that I would, there were a couple, you know.
Like, what do you mean? Like you'd sneak out?
No, I would. Well, okay, we would go to his house, and like Cheech's house was like freedom, you know. Like nobody was fucking cared what we did there, you know. And this just reminds me of a story. Like I remember lying, like to my mom. Well, not lying, just not telling the truth, like you know, all the details. Anyways, went to his house, right? And they for a long time they had wanted to take me to my first party ever, and I was a freshman in high school, 14 years old, and they were older, you know. So and they went to Riverbank High, most of them. So it was like a Riverbank High party, and I just remember being so fucking scared, dude. He's like, I just know, like my mom.
Age?
I was 14.
So they were probably like 17?
Probably, yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's all like 17-year-olds and like up, like older than that.
And you were small. You were a small kid.
Me as a kid, buzz cut, like little Chrissy Poo, like, yeah. And also, like, I remember my mom always telling me, like, I just don't want you to, like, go to parties and, like, go out because you never know who's going to, like, have a gun and, like, people shoot up parties all the time.
Isn't that crazy? That's something we worried about. Like, I think about it because I don't go to parties really. Mm-hmm. And especially, like, during the pandemic, there's nothing really. Yeah. And I've only went to, like, a couple because I wasn't cool. Mm-hmm. And I just thinking, like, when I would hear people going to parties and be like, yeah, they got shot up or whatever. Like, how the fuck does that even escalate to that? Dude. Like, how are you shooting someone at, like, this age?
Seriously.
Like, you're losing your life or ruining your life.
Both people are losing their lives. Like,
exactly.
One's going to prison and one's dead.
So it's like, for, like, literally one day.
And anyways. So I was that was, like, the main thought in my head was, like, what if somebody has a gun? Like, what's, you know, like, just worst case scenarios. And yeah, I remember we walked there like hella far because none of us drove or anything. And yeah, I remember we went and I had like 2 beers and of course I was buzzed, you know, feeling it. And the cops came and I was scared as shit.
Oh my God.
And the cops came and they were banging on the door. And of course, like the dumbass thing that everybody does at a party, which how's this going to solve anything? The cops are already there and everybody's like, shh. And then everybody starts crouching and they're just like hella quiet. Like, what is that gonna do?
They walk in, they see everyone.
Yeah, and then they turn the music off like 30 seconds late, you know, the blaring music. And I just remember I was like hiding behind this big ass dude that I had gotten cool with somehow.
You're behind his leg like a dog,
literally. Because I'm like, dude, I'm gonna stick out like a sore thumb, you know?
Yeah. And that kid's 5 years old. Get him out of here.
Literally. And I remember the dude, like, somehow the door opened. The cops opened the door. And this guy they're like about to walk in, and this guy kicks the door shut. A push kick. Boom. It slams shut. And I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is making things so much worse. You know?
Run.
Exactly. And then he kicks the door shut, and like eventually he just ended up opening up the door because what the fuck are you gonna do?
They're not gonna
go away. And everybody had to walk. They're like, everybody walk out, and everybody had to walk out like single file down the walkway. And there was like 2 cops on each side, just looking at everybody. And me like with the fucking hoodie on, buzz cut. I just remember I put my hands in my pocket and I tried to just look like I didn't care. And nobody stopped me. Oh, but the dude who threw the party got arrested. Oh. And then we walked out and I saw it. He was cuffed and they had him like his head on the trunk. I was like, damn.
Dang, dude.
Pretty gnarly, dude.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you get like.
I got high for my first time that night too.
So were you still high in that situation?
No, I only had like a beer or 2 at that point. But I felt like comfortable, but I was still scared when that happened. But then I remember we walked. Oh my gosh, this is so bad. We didn't walk, actually. There's this random dude. I don't even know if, like, somebody in our group loosely knew him. And he drove us in his fucking van, like, back all the way across Riverbank back to Cheech's house. And then we went to the park and got high, and that was my first time.
Oh, so after the fact.
Yeah. There's this thing called a gravity bong. I don't know if you know what that is.
Oh, it's like with mischief.
Yeah, you just get like a big like bucket type of container, and you fill it with water, and then you put a bottle in it. And I don't know the science, but somehow it gets you like super high.
We're so smart, you know?
It's crazy, like that stoner math.
Yeah,
like, what?
Literally. Like, how do you get so? Like, you ever see like Wiz Khalifa's like, He has like this thing, and it's like he flips it, and then
Oh,
just,
yeah,
like
yeah,
vapor
yeah.
comes
That
out.
shit's
Like it's
sick.
just like such a
Low-key.
different way to
Looks pretty
smoke
cool.
from just like
Yeah,
joint.
like,
Like,
but
how
how
do-
does that change
how does that
things?
go
I don't
from
understand.
crazy?
But
But,
like
like,
smoke. Like I don't
I
get
don't
it.
know, but I'm sure it's
But-
great.
You know, just lies like that, I would say, is like what comes to mind. I don't really have anything like super crazy. I mean, I don't know if that's
No,
crazy,
I'm sure
but
there's a one.
I don't have anything too crazy. All right, we're back. Sorry, we had to check the camera real quick, which is Hamae's iPhone. We have 2 more questions, I think. Okay. Top 3 impactful movies and why? Yeah, man, let me go first. So you could think.
'Cause I'm
Okay, first of all, I always tell people this because people always ask me about movies. I'm the fucking worst person to ask about movies
No
because I've
culture in
only
movies.
seen like a handful. But I have those handful, I've seen them hella times. It's weird because my family used to like rewatch the same movies all the time when I was growing up. Number 1, I would say White Chicks.
Oh, like what? What?
It's impactful because as a kid, like I watched that shit so many
It is
times.
pretty iconic.
And it gave me a sense of humor, I think. It gave me a sense of humor along with a lot of other things, but like it's just the fact that like my whole family would watch it and we'd all like just imitate like I would do like different impressions and shit from it, you know, and like other movies like that too.
Like you'd say the
So I
N-word?
think I wouldn't say that. But
Just kidding.
imagine. But like I just think it's a really good comedy movie, and also like there's been so many situations where I quote White Chicks and people are like, like, because it's like it's such an OG like funny movie. You know what I mean?
I just know that, like, what is it when he's like, "Holy America"?
Open America. Your mother's ass is so hairy.
Damn, they went in.
All right.
Wait, no, there's 3.
2 more.
We'll go back and forth. How about that?
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Dude, I've watched so many movies, so it's really hard
Mm-hmm.
because Isara kept bothering me to make what is it with the app where you put like the movies on wish list, box list,
Idea.
something. I got it. And I've put 1 movie on so far, so that was actually a really good one. It was The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo.
Oh, I've heard that's good.
It's really good. The girl main actor is really good. It was really good in that movie.
Is
Anyways,
she hot?
I mean, she was kind of attractive, but she kind
I
of.
thought you were gonna say she was hot.
I don't know. Like she
Anyways.
was just super sick, like badass.
okay.
Like it was nice. It was really sick
Mm.
and super smart. And then, but okay, it's hard because like they become so basic now, so it's kind of like, eh. But definitely one of my favorite ones was Prisoners. Prisoners was the good one. It's with Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mm.
When we went to Sacramento and we left, Chris and Angel left, I put the movie on for our friends, and I put that movie, and they were all like so impressed with it. And it's just such a good movie because it's like suspenseful, it's like crime, and it has a really good ending. So I recommend Prisoners. So that's one of my top 3. What is it? Favorite movies?
Impactful.
Oh, I don't know about or I'm just gonna say favorite. Impactful, I feel like would be different. Like there's different vibes for impactful. Okay, yours?
Okay, so you named 2, so
No,
whatever.
Oh no, I'm just saying the other one that doesn't
okay.
count. Prisoners, yes.
I'm gonna say The Pursuit of Happiness. Have you seen the movie?
Oh, that's a good one.
Pretty good one.
That's pretty.
I don't know if
impactful.
I've ever watched it 100% all the way through, but I've seen so many parts. I'm pretty sure I've seen like 80% of the movie. Like I know it starts and he's just like down really bad, and he's got his son, and he ends up like working really hard. Tells Jaden anything's possible, you know. Will
That
Smith, good
basketball
old
scene.
Will Smith, you know.
Jaden Smith.
What's the word? Inspirational.
Yeah, very
Speech?
inspirational.
Very good inspirational scenes in that movie. And I just think it's a good like message. Like you could be down really bad, but you can work really hard and fucking.
Yeah, that was a good.
make
That's
it
a good
better.
impactful one for sure
Yeah,
too.
very good impactful.
I remember I always get teary eyed with that bathroom scene. Remember that bathroom scene when they're like knocking hella hard and they have to be like, that's where they're gonna sleep.
Oh, dude, in the BART
And-
station.
Yeah,
oh, it's so
and
sad.
I was,
That-
dude,
yeah.
I always get teary eyed there. Like, fuck, that just it hits.
And he has
so
to like
hard.
convince his son, like, come on, just go to sleep. And
Yeah,
he, like, paints
the
this
guy's
whole
like,
crazy picture.
Yeah, oh,
Kinda,
man,
there's a
that's-
lot of hidden like meanings in that, like to make the best out of your situation.
Yeah,
you know?
literally. And like
wow.
as a kid, I feel like as a kid you kind of realize how adult life's just shitty, but as a kid you thought it was
Yeah.
great, you know?
Yeah.
Like you don't realize like, oh shit, it's kind of shit. Second, I would say Interstellar. That one's a super good one.
I couldn't watch that one. I watched it, but it's like fucking 4 hours long.
It's pretty long. I
It's
don't
so
think
long.
like
I
2
just
hours
got
long.
bored.
I think it's just like a slow pace, but it's pretty riveting, you know?
Uh-huh.
I just know that the visuals are crazy, and at the time watching it, I was getting into movies, and I just kind of was like, fuck, I'm shook, and Christopher Nolan's a great director, so I liked his stuff. And Thought like the cinematography was great. No, I mean whatever. It's not that great.
Oh, cool.
And it's a really good story. And I remember the ending had me all tripped up for a second. And like I was used to be so big on like explained videos. And like same with Marvel, like Easter eggs and all this stuff. Like I used to be like so into like
when
YouTube
they explain
after,
what the little
like,
meanings
oh,
are.
what is this or what did you miss? And like I remember Interstellar was so big because I was like, what the fuck did I just like? What happened at the end? You know?
Yeah. Okay, my last one. It's a movie that my dad showed me. Old movie. It's called Shawshank Redemption.
Oh,
Have you seen it?
That's a good one.
It's really. I think it's a really good impactful movie too. Like it fits that category because. Should I say the plot? I don't know. Basically, this guy is like wrongly accused of murder. I'm pretty sure. And he goes to prison and he's just fucked. Like everything's bad. It's shit. He's not even supposed to be there.
Yeah, falsely accused.
And he meets like some really like great people, and through like crazy ass planning and like years and years and years and years and years of him like executing this plan to break out, he fucking breaks out and he meets up with one of his homies from there. And in the end of the movie, they come together.
Yeah,
and,
he like crossed through that tunnel.
Yeah,
of, like sewer.
Shit.
Yeah,
it's literally like shit.
Real quick, that just reminded me. One time, we were playing a game and Lexi, I don't know if you guys know who that is, Alexandria Hammond. Let's just put her on blast real quick. She said she'd crawl through a mile of sewerage for Benedict Cumberbatch. Let's put a picture right there.
What's Benedict Cumberbatch?
Doctor Strange.
Oh.
Like all the men, and she picked that man. Anyways, okay, so
put a picture. There's a scene of his penis in that movie we watched in Reno.
Oh, what is it? A dog torture?
It's like some country movie. It's super slow, but it's kind of interesting.
I heard it's really good, so I'm really sad I fell asleep.
And there's just like a random like nude scene, and I honestly feel like it's for no reason. But he's pretty handsome, so like
he's a good-looking guy.
Right.
He's a good-looking guy, and he's like unorthodoxly.
Yeah,
attractive.
like he's not like
he has an interesting face.
Yeah, I feel it.
I like his acting too. Why do you like that movie?
Shawshank?
Yeah.
I just said. Well, I mean, it's yeah, you're right. I just said the plot.
Why did you like?
I mean, it's kind of similar to The Pursuit of Happiness a little bit because it's like he was given the worst hand. He was dealt the worst hand. You know, like he had the worst fucking luck, and he was like suffering and getting raped and stuff. And
he did.
Yeah, and he fucking still like made the best of it. Like he made it out. He like found a way, you know, and it's just really inspiring because he found a fucking way to like break out, even if it took him forever.
Yeah,
it's a literal metaphor. He was chipping away at a hole in the wall,
chipping
forever.
Like,
and that's like one of the things, like especially like this podcast and stuff. And like you can't look at it like the big picture because you get so overwhelmed and you're like, fuck, like how am I ever gonna accomplish?
Like for
this?
him, it's gonna be like 10 years till he escapes. He's
it's like one day at a time, baby.
Yeah,
just keep chipping away at it every day. Keep chipping away, little by little. You know, it's a long game. I think that was a really good message from that movie.
That was really good. I don't even think I even thought of it like that too much. I just knew it was a really good movie. Like I just appreciated like the whole plot, and I don't know, that movie seemed like realistic in a sense where I didn't think escape was an option. It's like, who's gonna fucking escape, you know?
Oh,
but he ended up doing it, and I just being like, holy shit,
yeah,
what a satisfying ending.
And then a really good quote from that movie too by Morgan Freeman. He said,
do it with the accent and all.
Get busy living or get busy dying. And I like that quote, and my dad used to say that all the time to me. Get busy living or get busy dying. So it's basically kind of just like carpe diem. You don't know how long you got, so live every day how you want to live it.
That's true. That's nice. And I remember I got super sad when that old guy killed himself.
Oh, dude.
Because it just reminded me of like old
He's
people.
So sweet
and, like,
too.
Like, fuck, dude, life's so cruel and fast. And he's just like, I remember he's saying in the world got itself in like a damn hurry, you know? And like his little wobble. And then he just fucking hung himself. And I'm like,
so sad. So sad.
Third movie. I don't really have a third movie, so I don't.
No, you know so many movies.
I know a lot of movies, but I don't want to disrespect one movie by saying another movie. You know?
Come on, just whatever comes to your head. I feel like I should say another one because I feel like White Chicks was kind of cheap.
No, just say another one as your third one. Wait, shit.
I don't know if I have another one.
God. Let's just say two impactful
Fuck
movies.
it.
That's good.
Whatever.
Right?
We did like 5 in total. So.
A letterbox. I'm gonna make a letterbox. Let me know if you guys want it, because I should start reviewing movies there, because I'm a really big movie person.
Oh, I was like, what is that? Oh, gotcha. All right. Was that all of them? Was that all of them? You ever had a dream that yeah, just that last one. What would you do if you weren't afraid?
Oh shit, I forgot we haven't answered that.
It's a good one,
dude. That's like crazy, because like It could be like super small, or it could be super big. So I'm just
Exactly.
gonna kind of like little baby steps to
Just
the
do
biggest
it.
one.
Yeah. Just
If
name
I
a
wasn't
couple.
afraid in like small things, I would do like skydiving stuff and like more cliff jumps and things like that, where it's like super temporary scaredness, where it's like I'm only scared for this one thing, but I'm probably gonna miss out when I'm like 70. You know?
Yeah.
What about you? Just starting off small, scared.
Okay, like that was very like non-metaphorical, so it's more like just
Exactly.
literal things
Exactly,
that
yeah,
you're
yeah.
scared to do. God, my girlfriend wants to go skydiving and swim with sharks, and to both of those, I'm like, fuck no.
Mhm.
Like, why would I put myself at like such risk? You know? Which I do, like I skate and snowboard. Like I think when we go on hikes and shit, I'm kind of like the craziest. Like I just jump from
Yeah,
crazy
you and
shit
Andrew, I
all that.
feel like for sure.
Yeah, so I don't know why I'm scared of that stuff, but I am. What would I do if I wasn't afraid? Physically, I don't really have a lot of things. I don't know. But one thing I thought about was...
You got a mullet,
That's true.
and you were scared of that for a second.
Little things like that. One thing I thought of like earlier was I always wanted to take like a theater class. Like
we
or,
just
like,
talked about this.
You know? Yeah, and as a child too, I would always tell everybody that I wanted to be an actor when I grew up. And I really did. And like still I think it would be sick, but it's just like I was never ballsy enough to like venture out into like I did do a play when I was in 3rd grade. Yeah, and I had like
Were you the tree?
I had a little role, but I remember it was like I had like one really funny punchline and everybody would like laugh hecka hard and I loved it. But after that I never like followed up.
It, huh?
And like yeah, I feel like definitely in like high school would have been really cool for me to take a drama class
Yeah.
and like be in a play and stuff.
We're all the
But I
theater
just
kids.
did not have the balls. But they seem like that's another reason too. I feel like theater people, like one, they seem really cool. 2, I feel like they form like really good bonds with each other. Like they get like
Fuck each
really
other.
like strong groups.
Low-key.
I have low-key heard that too, that they're all like kind of
Horny. But they do seem like really cool, like cool bonds. Like you said,
Yeah.
like a cool group, like where they just kind of like they don't really judge because I
Mhm.
feel like they're always super progressive and ahead of the times.
Yeah.
So that they're like, you won't feel judged.
very
you know?
accepting. Yeah.
Let me know
but
if I'm wrong.
But then I'm still scared of that environment. Like
Yeah.
it's just the fact that it's in front of strangers and you're like getting out of your comfort zone so much. Because
And,
like we do
what
dumb
if you think
shit.
you
know?
good and you're not, and you just like you could feel it? Or what if you are good but you're just subconsciously think you're bad,
Mhm.
and then you kind of quit anyway? So it's like
Yeah.
either way, it's a bad experience. You know.
Yeah.
So like if you're good, you won't believe it. And if you're bad, you know it. You know.
Yeah.
I think that's too, because like I remember I used to want to like be an actor for so long,
Mhm.
and I've always had like a passion for what, like now more like the director side. I really like the like
Behind
setting up shots and like
Mm.
getting everything and like figuring things out like that,
Mhm.
and like creating the plot in itself. But I never pursued that at all. And I
Yeah,
think that's like
at
something
all.
I'm gonna be like, fuck, like I should just tried one class just to be like, do I really like this?
Yeah.
You know?
I know we could still take like a theater class.
Nah, I think
or
it's over.
something.
It's over.
MJC.
I know,
Beginner?
I know.
Your
That's
dreams
what
are
I'm trying to
crushed.
say. Like, we're so stupid because we literally can, and we're still not going to. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Maybe.
Maybe one day. Do you have anything
Oh,
else you want to go back
scare. Okay, so now that we're getting bigger, a little broader. I'd probably quit my job and like leave everything.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Like I know we've talked about this, I'm sure, and like we will continue to talk about this.
Mhm.
But just kind of like, I was talking to them about it in a car, and I was like, dude, if we were forced to move across the country, like we're
Mhm.
forced. Like let's just say like, oh shoot, everyone died in my family and I had to leave,
Yeah.
and I had no previous stuff really, just my car and stuff.
Mhm.
I'm gonna make it. Like I'm probably not, or not gonna make it as in maybe not be rich or anything. But I'm like, I'm probably not gonna be homeless. Like I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll figure something out.
You'll pursue the happiness.
Yeah,
that bitch.
literally. Like I'm still young. I'm still like my mind and body still well. I think I could convince a couple people to give me a shot of like a job and stuff.
Mhm.
But like right now I'm not being forced, and I have a little bit of more of a cushion, but I don't do it either way. So it's like I know I have a more likely chance now if I left purposely, but I still don't do it. And like it would be sick though to like travel. You don't really need too much, and like kind of just like take videos across the world. Like still do skits, still make videos, still
Yeah.
vlog, but without having to be like, oh, this is temporary, I'm coming back to my house. Like I want to just go and go,
Yeah.
you know, and go.
I,
That would be cool. And I think if I wasn't scared, I'd do that.
I definitely, that's one of the ones I thought of too was, I think it's sick when people like renovate the shit out of their like Sprinter van and they make it like there's a couch and like a kitchen and a shower. Like it's so sick.
Yeah.
Like I would love to do the same thing, like just tour the United States in my fucking van, sleeping in it, cozy, you know, and still do this stuff. That would be lit, you know. Another thing, a while ago we talked about like our philosophies on life. Like, are we gonna just play it safe and get like a safe job and just fucking live in Modesto, you know, or are we gonna go live in Japan? You know, like I think stuff like that. Like I'm scared to just straight up send it somewhere like that and just leave everything. You know, I want to. Like I think it would be a really good experience and like character building. Just like I feel like that's what life is about. Like no way we got planes and trains and all this shit and we're not like
limiting ourselves
going
already.
And using. You know, like
mentally.
It's very interesting.
What do you think you're scared of? Like what's something that you'd be like, I don't. That like this is the reason I'm not.
Of that situation?
Yeah, of just leaving.
I get scared to leave my family and my friends behind. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, what do I do? Like, I have to form everything new.
Yeah.
I'm not, like, super social, but I would make friends. Like, I know I would.
Yeah, you really would.
But it's just like, what's going to go on here in my house when I'm gone? Like, I don't think I make that much of a difference being here, but,
like just subconsciously, yeah.
Yeah,
or subtly,
and it's
I
like,
guess.
what about all those opportunities I'm missing with you guys to, like, have fun and go on trips and do stuff? That's right.
Which I'd totally be down, but I think I'd more scared of just like, okay, I know I just was confident about making it. But what if I do end up homeless? Or what if I fucking like, it only lasts for like a couple months and then I ran out of everything and like
you
shit broke down savings. And I had a bad like, yeah, because like it's really hard to come back from that, I think, after the fact. Now, like you come home and you're like, fuck, like I have to ask so many people for help now because I got to do it. And you're never going to do it again, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my big thing is like failing. But then I'm like, fuck it, you know? It's like,
yeah, I think everybody's afraid of failing.
Yeah, I think everyone has like that inner crazy where it's like, and then like some people do it though, and those people seem pretty happy. So, but then what about all the unsuccessful stories that you don't hear? It's just like a back and forth.
What ifs
two sides Libra thing, you know?
Yeah, you leave a fucking bitch. Another thing, I don't know why, but like. I have no confidence when it comes to jobs, and I've been working at Kohl's for like fucking 5 years now, and my friends get on my ass like, you need to fucking find a better job, like at least something that just pays you more. And I know that they're right. Like I'm not like upset that they're telling me that, and like I do want to leave, but I always just feel like I'm not qualified for like a lot of these jobs. I'm like, oh, I'm not good enough for that. Like I don't have enough common sense for that. I can never do that. And it's like I can like. Really there's probably idiots that do those jobs. You know, like
yeah, but like I'm sure there's less qualified people.
Exactly. And it's like I have a good head on my shoulders, you know.
Especially that we're young,
work experience. I should just go for it, but I just get scared. I don't know why.
I always tell people this, that like if you worked a minimum job for a year and it's say like it's working out, like and you don't want to leave and like you're comfortable there, fucking stay. But if you do want to leave, like after a year of experience anywhere, you could, as long as you're confident and good in an interview, you could use that so hard at like a job interview. Like the fact that when I was applying for like Kohl's and Frito-Lay and I only had like Hollister really, and I just used Hollister as like 3 different things. Like I used it as like I'm really good with customers. I'm good as a team. I'm good with like the backs organizing stuff. Like you have so many positions in your one job that like you have experience everywhere. And I think it's so solid because you could be like right now Amazon and like In-N-Out pay like 17.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you could finesse your interview and you'll get the same hours. You'll get the same stuff, but you're just getting paid more. Like, you know, it's not like I'm telling you to like, oh, you have to do a crazy ass job that's going to make you work 70 hours. It's like, no, you're just going to work the same. It's just, you're getting paid more. Like, which is like, you're already doing it, you know?
Yeah. I think another thing I'm afraid of doing is like investing my money better. Like we've talked about like different type of like money moves and investments and like hustles, like side hustle type shit. And I just get scared. Like it's kind of along the same lines as the job situation. Like I just feel like I'm not capable of doing it for some reason. Like I feel like it's too hard.
Yeah.
And also I wasn't like taught about money that much. I don't think any of us really were like that crazy. And I don't know. I just feel like it's one of those things that's like out of my grasp for some reason. I'm scared to fail.
It's interesting how too we have like the internet. And we can learn about it so much.
We just don't.
We don't, you know?
Don't.
So it's like it's a fault in ourselves, too. Because it's like, with anything. Literally careers now, you could learn off the internet.
Yeah.
You probably won't get certified, but you would know, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I wanted to become an electrician only online purely, pretty sure I could do
Mhm.
it. But I just want to have like a certification to like do it, you know? And same with that. Like you could probably become like an expert at investment
Yeah.
with like heck of articles and a lot of YouTube videos and mentors and stuff. But it's like we don't.
We just totally don't.
Yeah,
We have all
the
the opportunity to
for
we just
everything.
don't.
It's crazy. And like that's where I'm like, fuck, dude, this generation's kind of clutch compared to like the older ones where it's like
Mhm.
you could only know
So
by asking someone else who knows.
hell yeah.
Now I don't know. I don't need to know anyone. I
Yeah,
just need to know
literally.
YouTube.
Can we get deep here? Do you have anything like really deep that you're afraid to do? I
I
want to do like a really good deep one. I want to be vulnerable, but I just can't really think of anything. I would go to therapy.
Oh, that's good.
I really think that after years of trauma, and just like
22 to be exact.
22, I have a lot of trauma, and I know I have a lot of like internal battles that go on that like could definitely be like resolved from therapy. I feel like therapy could help like most of the population.
It's not gonna hurt usually.
But
Unless
for
it's a bad
sure, me,
therapist.
like, I know, like, every day I'm like, dude, I have these thoughts that keep coming into my head, and I know they need to be addressed, but I just don't do it, and I just shove them down. Especially as, like, a psych major, like, I know, you know? I know what's going on. But I think it's more just, like, it's venturing into the unknown, because, like, I don't know anybody that's gone to therapy. I mean, I know a couple, but, like, I don't know. It's just, like... I
Yeah,
gotta
like,
venture into a world that I don't know.
You
And
don't
it's such an adult thing to do. Also,
really is.
there's like insurance involved and all that shit, and I'm afraid that
It's
it's gonna
not
be
like
really
you can just walk in,
expensive.
kind of, you know, maybe.
And I know I need it, but I'm not doing it. You know?
Yeah, it's
I
something
keep
that
putting it off.
literally I feel like everyone's fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
So like everyone's gonna probably benefit. Even like think about people who you know are kind of fucked up, but you kind of associate that with personality. Like
Mhm.
parents, like parents and grandparents. Like you just think, oh, like they're this way, like they're fucking annoying or racist or mean or
Yeah.
whatever, and stingy and like oh they don't communicate and all that stuff. Like you just kind of tone that down to personality because you've grown up with them and like that's all.
Mhm.
But then you kind of realize like, oh shoot, it's like kind of like just they're mentally bad. Like
Yeah.
you know, and like if people weren't so mentally bad, people would
Imagine
be
how much
like
better
like
the world
happy
would
would be
be.
people would be like, oh shoot, like you don't have to road rage every time you get in a car because you talked
Literally,
about it and
dude.
like you're fine, you know? So I think it's like yeah, definitely I feel way better with therapy. The reason I don't cuz I'm stupid. I don't know,
Same
like
as me.
literally for a while too, I was always like I'm a big advice person that I like to give people advice and I think that's cool. And I always thought like I could figure myself out, you know? Like I just know I know what's wrong and I know what I need to do, but I don't do it. So it's like, why would I get a therapist to tell me the same thing? But I'm like, if a therapist told me, I might take it more serious. You
They
know?
know so much more
And
than you.
They probably know so much more than me. Where
Yeah.
it's like,
There's techniques. It's a science.
yeah,
dude.
it's a science, and it's like, oh, do I want to be vulnerable in that way? Do I want someone else? I don't know. But yeah, I think that's a big thing too. Is like, fuck, dude. If I got like, I was talking to Chris about it a couple of days, and I was like, you're saying what you're saying, same thing what you're saying, like the internal dialogue. I was telling him, cause there's like situations, and I was just like, I just feel like my internal dialogue takes over, and it's
Yeah.
like a lot of bad things, and it's just like, it gets overwhelming, and it's like I wish I wasn't like that, you know, and I wish that my internal dialogue wasn't this way, and I think too, I mentioned it a couple times, but like the shroom trip, I took shrooms. And I don't think that's helped me. Like, it didn't help me at all. It hurt me so bad. Like, and it was a bad shroom trip. And it just fucked up my internal dialogue even more.
Damn.
And I don't know if it was, like, the same. If it just aligned with, like, consciousness.
Yeah.
But it just became so evident. And now just saying things and I'm just like, fucked, you know? I'm like, damn, like, therapy would be nice to, like, rewire myself and, like, take control of myself more, you know? But yeah.
Another thing I was gonna say is,
Oh shit! It's 6 o'clock. God, Chris.
yeah, it's 55 minutes. So I'm wrap on this one.
Yeah.
Another thing that I was gonna say is, and we'll probably talk about this on another pod, but I would probably do psychedelics if I wasn't afraid. But Because literally, like, everyone and their fucking mom is like, you gotta do shrooms, you gotta try it once, but acid. Like, I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. But, like, I have heard,
Dude, shut the fuck
like,
up.
everybody says it's a good experience except for you. But, like, I've heard that even the bad trips are still very beneficial except for you. And I would like to try it because I've heard it's very, like, eye-opening, and you
I'm
can
sure.
learn a lot about yourself and the things you like and don't like, and just kind of, like, learn how beautiful the world is. I feel like I already don't take that for granted, though. Like, I'm pretty good at
If you don't need it, maybe you don't need it. If
being
you're not missing
grateful
out,
for
you know?
the simple things. But I'm afraid because I haven't done the research on this either, so, like, I'm not very knowledgeable about the risks here with psychedelics. But I've heard that there's some people that will, like, go on certain trips with drugs and they, like, won't come back from the trip. I don't know how true this is, but I've heard, like, I think it's if you're really gnarly too, like, you take a crazy dose of shrooms or, like, a lot of LSD. But I've heard, like, sometimes people go too crazy with it and they just don't come back. Like, they basically are, like, kind of
Like fucked.
part of them's, like, gone forever. You
It's
know?
like people with, like, marijuana. I know that there's, like, a small chance that you get schizophrenia.
Yeah, exactly.
males, I believe.
So that's another, like, reason I don't
And I
smoke.
think
I'll go into that
definitely,
later.
like,
But
yeah, definitely environment, like how you're doing. I think it's a different topic, so I don't think we should get super
Yeah.
into it. But yeah, I mean, I would be scared too. And but I do think it did help me in some things. Like now I'm more aware of things, which at some point is really good.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh my, like this is nice that I know that this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times it's a lot of loud noise, and it's like I'm tired.
Overstimulating.
All right.
Sorry, real quick.
Okay, yeah.
Just to finish that. The reason I'm, like, really scared of that too, especially, is because, like, I have a long, like, family history of mental illness and, like, severe mental illness. So to me, like, I weigh the pros and cons of that, and it's just not really, like, worth it to me.
Yeah.
But then there is still, like, a part of me that's like, I would love just to see what it's like, you know? And then I also just don't trust myself because I've had, like, really bad weed experiences too, where I fucking freak out. And yeah, that's pretty much why I don't want to do that. Let's wrap.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Alrighty, guys. Well, that was a pretty good episode, I think. And I appreciate everyone listening all the way to the end. If we have another questions thing, hopefully you guys get to ask, because I enjoyed that, and I think it gave us some really good topics. I don't think we'll do this every time, but I think it was really good.
Maybe
to
like
have that.
5 months from now.
Yeah, and stay tuned because we do have new mics, so we'll have a couple guests, and let us know if you're excited for that. And thanks again for 30 subscribers, and we'll see you next week, maybe around there. Anything you want to say?
Just thank you guys so much for actually watching and listening. It's becoming, like, more and more apparent to me that people are actually watching and listening, because I'm seeing things grow a little bit, and people are, like, personally telling me how much they like the show and stuff. So I really appreciate you guys.
Yep.
And
We'll see you guys.
thank you. We'll see you later.
Love y'all.